April 8th, 1940. The cold waters of the Norwegian Sea bear witness to one of the most heroic acts of naval warfare during the early days of World War II. Today we explore the remarkable story of HMS Glowworm, a British G-class destroyer whose courage in the face of overwhelming odds earned her a legendary place in naval history. Her captain, Lt Commander Gerard Broadmead Roope, was posthumously awarded the Victoria Cross for his bravery, a rare honour recommended by the enemy, highlighting the profound respect Glowworm's sacrifice commanded. HMS Glowworm was built in the mid-1930s as part of the Royal Navy's G-class destroyer fleet at the shipyard of John I. Thornycroft and Company in Woolston, Hampshire. She was laid down on August 15, 1934 and launched on July 22, 1935. Measuring 323 feet in length with a beam of 33 feet and a draft of 12 feet 5 inches, she was powered by Parsons geared steam turbines, developing a total of 34,000 shaft horsepower. This allowed her to reach a top speed of 36 knots. Her operational range was 5,530 nautical miles at a cruising speed of 15 knots. Her armament included 4 4.7-inch Mark 9 guns in single mounts, 2 quadruple mounts for 0.5-inch Vickers machine guns, and 2 quintuple torpedo tube mounts for 21-inch torpedoes. Additionally, she was fitted with depth charge rails and throwers, carrying up to 35 depth charges. After her commissioning into service in early 1936, Glowworm's first assignments included joining the 1st Destroyer Flotilla of the Mediterranean Fleet. She escorted King Edward VIII's yacht Narlin on a Mediterranean cruise in August 1936, and soon after began patrolling Spanish waters during the Spanish Civil War. As tensions in Europe escalated, she played a key role in enforcing the Non-Intervention Agreement, a policy designed by Britain and France to prevent arms from being supplied to either side of the conflict. This mission often required long, demanding patrols in hostile waters, navigating through contested zones and ensuring that no contraband shipments reached Spanish ports. After her stint in the Mediterranean, which also involved escorting British vessels and demonstrating naval presence during the Munich crisis, Glowworm underwent maintenance and upgrades to prepare her for future challenges. In the early days of the Second World War, she returned to Britain as part of the Royal Navy's reorganisation for the looming global conflict, ready to play her part in the defence of the British Isles and beyond. At the outbreak of World War II in September 1939, Glowworm was stationed with the Western Approaches Command, tasked with convoy escort duties and anti-submarine patrols in the southwestern approaches. Commanded by Lt Commander Gerard Broadmead Roope, Glowworm quickly established herself as a reliable part of the fleet. By November 1939, she had been transferred to the 22nd Destroyer Flotilla based at Harwich, focusing on North Sea patrols and shipping escorts. Early in 1940, Glowworm was assigned to the Home Fleet and deployed to Norway. Germany had launched Operation Weserübung, the invasion of Norway, and Glowworm was one of the Royal Navy ships on patrol, alongside her sister ship Greyhound, as well as Hero and Hyperion, which were part of the flotilla escorting HMS Renown during operations in Norwegian waters. On April 7, 1940, while part of the escort for the battlecruiser HMS Renown, Glowworm was detached to search for a man lost overboard. It was during this search that Glowworm's destiny changed forever. Alone in the misty waters off the coast of Norway, near Trondheim, she stumbled across 2 German destroyers, Z-11 Bernd von Arnim and Z-18 Hans Ludemann. They were part of a larger German fleet tasked with landing troops at Trondheim as part of the invasion. Outnumbered and outgunned, Glowworm knew she had to engage. Lt Commander Roope ordered Glowworm to open fire. The German destroyers called for backup and their distress signal was answered by the heavy cruiser Admiral Hipper, commanded by Kapitän zur See Hellmuth Heye, a formidable opponent that was on its way to secure Norway for Germany. At 0950, Admiral Hipper spotted Glowworm. The situation was grim. Hipper was far superior in firepower and armour. At over 665 feet in length and displacing more than 16,000 tons, Admiral Hipper dwarfed Glowworm. Powered by high-pressure steam turbines generating 132,000 shaft horsepower, she could reach speeds of 32 knots. Her armament included 8 8-inch guns, 12 4.1-inch dual-purpose guns and numerous anti-aircraft guns, along with torpedo tubes. In comparison, Glowworm, at just 323 feet in length and displacing 1,350 tons, was vastly outclassed in size, power and weaponry. Despite the overwhelming odds, Roope ordered Glowworm forward, opening fire on Hipper. The cruiser responded with devastating precision. Its main 8-inch guns opened fire at a range of 8,400 metres, approximately 9,190 yards, landing salvos that quickly found their mark. Glowworm's superstructure was hit almost immediately, with one shell striking the bridge, killing several key personnel and disabling communications. Another hit destroyed her forward gun, leaving her with limited offensive capabilities. Fires erupted across the decks as the cruiser's radar-guided guns tracked the smaller destroyer relentlessly. Despite the battering, Lieutenant Commander Roope held firm, rallying his crew to continue the fight in the face of overwhelming odds. Her bridge was destroyed, the forward gun silenced, and her decks ablaze. Yet, amidst the chaos, Lieutenant Commander Roope refused to give up. Roope ordered Glowworm to make smoke in an attempt to confuse the cruiser, but Hipper's radar-guided guns tracked her through the smoke. With the destroyer heavily damaged, Roope had a bold, almost unimaginable plan. He would ram the much larger German cruiser. At a distance of just 800 metres, approximately 875 yards, Glowworm fired 5 torpedoes. But Kapitän Heye of Admiral Hipper skillfully kept his bow aimed towards Glowworm, minimising his exposure. Roope, realising the only option left was a desperate one, ordered full speed and turned to starboard towards Hipper. Glowworm rammed into Hipper, her bow breaking off from the impact, but not before tearing holes into the cruiser's hull and damaging her torpedo launchers. The collision caused Admiral Hipper to take on approximately 500 tons of water before the leaks could be isolated, though she remained operational. HMS Glowworm paid the ultimate price for her valour. Severely damaged and with fires raging, she drifted away from the German cruiser. Moments later, her boilers exploded and the ship sank beneath the waves, taking 109 of her brave crew with her. Admiral Hipper stopped to rescue survivors. Of Glowworm's crew, only 40 were recovered, although 9 later died. Roope, clinging to life, managed to hold onto a rescue line thrown from Admiral Hipper. However, he lost his grip while being hauled aboard, succumbing to exhaustion in the frigid waters of the Norwegian Sea, his drowning marking a tragic end to his extraordinary bravery. But the story didn't end there. The commander of Admiral Hipper, Kapitän zur See Hellmuth Heye, was deeply impressed by the incredible bravery of his enemy. He sent a letter via the Red Cross to the British authorities recommending Roope for the highest honour. It was an extraordinary gesture, one of respect between enemies. Lieutenant Commander Gerard Broadmead Roope was posthumously awarded the Victoria Cross, the first such award of World War II. His actions showed incredible bravery and a commitment to his duty, engaging a far superior enemy to protect his fellow ships. His sacrifice became a symbol of the determination and courage of the Royal Navy. The story of HMS Glowworm is not just a tale of sacrifice, but a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. Outgunned, alone, and facing certain death, the men of Glowworm chose to fight on, refusing to surrender. They left an indelible mark on history, a story of heroism that resonates to this day. Thanks very much for watching. Please take a moment to hit the like button and consider subscribing.